Wanderers, welcome to the Wondering Dutchmen podcast. Today's episode is brought to you by Velpen Trucking and Disposal.
Springtime means spring cleaning. Where the idea of spring cleaning originated, we don't care. But what we do care about is you being able to clean out your homes, garages, and barns with ease. That's where Velpen Trucking and Disposal comes in. Contact Velpen today to get your roll-off container now. With multiple sizes to choose from, you can't go wrong. Save time, save money, and save trips to the dump by ordering a roll. Give Velpen Trucking and Disposal a call today at 812-354-3280 or check them out online or Facebook.
The Wondering Dutchmen podcast.
Where none of us are Dutch, but we all live in Holland, Indiana. Join us where we talk about what we all wonder about. This is the Wondering Dutchmen podcast coming to you from Smoker's Lounge.
The Wandering Dutchman. Yeah. The Wandering Dutchman. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Wondering Dutchman podcast coming to you from Smoker's Lounge. Today's episode is brought to you by our friends at Velpen Trucking and Disposal. And fellas, before we get started, if you'll grab your glasses.
A Vecto cooler.
And in the spirit of St. Patrick, an Irish blessing. May the road rise to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face. And the rains roll soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hands. Cheers.
Cheers, boys.
I thought for sure you
Great
were going to say
radio.
I went with the actual blessing.
let it run down your sack
Oh,
instead of fields.
Yeah, Fields didn't really rhyme.
I don't
That's
know.
fine.
That was just what it was.
Maybe
I was
it
trying to
rhymes
read
if you
it.
say it in an Irish accent.
Probably that's what it is. Happy St. Patrick's
you
Day
cheeky
to
cunt.
you.
That's how Dave was going to answer the phone when he was talking to this one person this one time.
Okay. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you. If you're listening to this on Friday, we are recording on the March 17th date. As you can tell, we've all got different varying shades of green. Dave is more metro, lighter mint green.
Metro.
Big fella here looks like he just got done cutting wood. Maybe he wore that when he was a senior in high school. And I just got, classic dark green polo shirt. It's what I wore to work today. So anyways, we're happy to have you. Dave, I just want to let you know that you have prophesized a couple things. Well, we as a group prophesized one thing. We didn't know that Wendy's in Huntingburg was going to be closing this soon, but they shut that sumbitch up fast.
They did.
Told you.
The one in Ferdinand, part of the closing of stores, I think 350 of them nationwide. Just 2 of them happen to be in Dubois County. Be interesting to see what comes in there. Odd's favorite in the clubhouse is another Mexican restaurant at the one in Huntingburg.
Thought I heard there was a Jimmy John's coming in.
Not there. They're building it new just west of Arby's.
Shut the front door.
Not lying. That's a true story.
Oh, interesting.
We located storm sewers this week.
They're going to put one in Jasper and one in here?
Well,
We
they've
got
already-
a McDonald's.
They've already got one
That's
in
true.
Jasper, and they're going to put one here.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. The other thing, you had to take some time to split a little bit more wood because you said, I don't think winter is done. And again, you were right.
It was a cold one out this morning.
Yeah.
It's
Bullshit.
cold all goddamn day.
It's so nice this weekend.
Still cold.
Oh, it's going to be, it's like 50 or
be
60,
80 Sunday.
Yeah, 80 on Sunday.
60 Thursday when we go on to take down the Braves of Tecumseh. But yeah, it's insane.
Now, how far of a John is that? What town is Tecumseh in?
Linville.
It's 13 minutes from the Holland exit to Linville.
And their ball field is behind the football field.
Okay.
They used to play in town there. They had no outfield fence. It was right there by Linville Elementary School, but they built a new one, and I think that's where we'll be.
If you get on the interstate at the Holland exit and run 80 the whole time, you can get to the Linville exit in 13 minutes. I know that for a fact.
Oh, that's where we went and played that basketball game where the gym smelled like rotten crotch.
Yeah.
You spend your nose, spend a lot of time in rotten crotch.
No, but god dang it, like it was assaulting. And I was in a piss poor mood when I got there
That
anyway.
was assaulting.
That's what I meant. But
Dave grabs the bike at halftime. You dirty ass people! Why don't you shower?
well, Jenna parked the van and I stepped out in 8 inches of freaking water.
A lake.
Pro-
It was fucking
backed up
hilarious.
sewer water, I'm sure.
Justine and I were contemplating because it was packed, dark, and raining, and we were going to park in that same genital area. And she's like, "Oh my God, there's a lake over there." And I said, "Yeah, we'll keep looking." So I went around the front door and found a parking spot that said parking for like
Handicap.
the bus only. And I'm like, "Ah, hell, the bus ain't here." So I backed into that, and then we look over there, and there's old Black Betty backing into that spot, and Dave gets out of that fucking ankle deep water.
Hey, good news is the marriage survived it.
Thought I was gonna have to come get him in a rowboat.
Fortunately, I could swim.
Yeah.
That's one of those tough spots. There is nothing worse than like a rainy night where you're trying to park somewhere or go in to do something.
It's cold and rainy.
Yeah,
It
you
just
can't
miserable.
see shit, and there's no lights in the lot. Yeah.
It's just tough. But anyways, that's what. So that's cool. Little Jimmy John's going in there.
That's what I hear.
That'll be nice. Big fan of the Jimmy John's. That'll take a little bite out of Subway, I assume.
Yeah, I would imagine, but I
Jimmy
think-
John's. Jenna took me there once in Lafayette when I was up there visiting her back in her college days.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have hot sandwiches.
They do now.
I'll be damned. Well, maybe I'm back in, but it seemed overpriced for just a.
I like the
cold
sprouts. Yeah, I'm a big fan of those sprouts.
I bet you are. I don't. I have like one or two sandwiches I get there, and that's
I don't
it.
know to.
Like a little like greenery sprout, like grew in a petri dish, and they
What is it like a topping on a sandwich?
Yes.
yeah
Okay.
the Beach Club.
Microgreens.
I think that's what it is. The beach. I thought you were going
Me.
quick hands. Got to be on your feet at all times. Janelle, I think gets the Beach Club a lot.
Huh.
I like the double roast beef, and then that Italian
Me
sub.
too.
I like an Italian sub. I imagine. Like I like Italian sandwiches.
Well, everybody's Irish today. You actually got a little bit of Irish in you.
You know, I was looking through the family search.
You got more Irish in you than you do Native American, my friend.
Not as much as you'd think on Irish. I did find some Native Americans pretty far back in there. But according to my genealogy tree, I'm distantly related to 23 of our past presidents. Counted them up today.
Have a little free time on your hands, eh?
Didn't take that long. You just push the button and it goes bling.
Hmm.
You want to know what was the worst one I found I'm related to?
Tread lightly.
Helen freaking Keller.
Oh man,
I gotta
How
go
do they
at the
know
bottom of it.
that?
Genealogy. Like if you know who somebody's mom was and their dad was, and then just
you just track that family tree all the way back.
A lot of roots.
Roots or ruts?
Roots.
Whoa,
good grief.
my God, you okay? over
She's
there?
a lady.
We had a chainsaw class, and there's a couple dudes that come in there from Wisconsin, and they teach it, and they don't say roots, they say roots.
Well, that's wrong.
Gotta keep keep your bar out of the ruts.
Your bra too.
Yeah, that's never good.
I'll be damned.
Powerful sip there.
Here we go.
You all right?
Yeah.
Big guy.
Fucking tired.
Oh, tired balls.
Guys, my grass needs mowed already.
Uh-huh.
Well, hey, congratulations to all those overachievers that mowed last week. Real cool.
The Easter flowers all look nice, wilted up and dead
They'll be back.
after the snow this morning.
Like Christ, they will rise again.
Mm-hmm.
Be on the not quite third day, 2 days there, but Brother Dave, what you been up to?
I had a pretty good weekend last weekend. Some trail cleaning. Work this week. I mean,
for
I'm
sure
still
you were
working.
cleaning trail with that piece of machinery on the truck, or are you freaking digging a? I mean,
I
what?
think she's sour about it.
You wrecked a side by side?
No. Like I wasn't going 100 miles an hour. Like there was a tree in the path, and I
You used your side by side?
cheap bumper.
Oh boy. So you want to leave? We
What
can
are you talking
slide
about?
out of here.
I know what you're talking about.
You were involved in this?
Mm-mm.
You kind of started with it.
David, that tree looks awful big. What tree you talking about?
You told me they were this big.
Yeah, that one. Dougie's like, oh, fuck. To his defense, we were not going 800 mile an hour. We were actually almost to a complete stop.
You don't push them over at high speed. You just
Backing up was way too big of an inconvenience when you could just go straight.
How many cold bush lattes did you had at this?
1,000,
3 or 4.
100.
Well,
I can't believe how much work they got done in the short bit of time that they were up there. That fucking machine, Zach.
Well, you
Bush
keep running over trees with side by sides. You get them out pretty quick.
Bushy and Justin and whoever else did it. They worked their tails off. It looked really good.
Now, was it an already existing trail, or
Some
you
of
cut
them
it-
were, and some of them are new.
So there's like this cherry tree that was like the size of my house. Apparently, a tornado went through there sometime or another.
Mhm.
So we started cutting our way through it, and then, well, there's no way we're going to cut through that, so we blazed a new one. And then Zach Bushcutter showed up with a high lift. Moved the damn thing. Damn thing ever saw.
Yeah, that's what when I referenced the piece of machinery, Dave. I didn't know you had a run in with the front of the side by side. I just thought
Lots
the high
of
lift,
chainsawing, too. Lots of chainsaw.
the high lift was going to be utilized.
It was definitely utilized.
Yeah, that's a pretty good piece of machinery.
Mm-hmm.
So, anything else?
Work. Baseball season's here.
Mm-hmm.
Had a football meeting. Yeah, that's it.
Run of the mill stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Big fellow, what about you?
Yeah, kind of the same.
You use your side by side to run over trees?
Didn't take it.
Okay.
It was pretty busy Saturday morning. Got an early start. Did some side work, and then
Sidewalk, side work.
yeah, and then headed up. Picked up Schwing, and then took him up. We went up.
How is Schwing rehabilitating?
He's not good. He's got to have another surgery here coming up. His hip re-broke.
Oh, they haven't fixed it
No,
yet.
yeah, it's the same situation there as for a while. Just couldn't get in for a good while. So yeah, he's got to go up down to Lexington, to University of Kentucky, and have his hip rebuilt again on the 14th of April. So we'll have to send some good vibes his way. But then, yeah, come back Saturday night. Got a mean case of the heartburn. Wasn't feeling very well. Which I'd planned on coming home anyway, but came home. Sunday was kind of a lazy day. Bummed around, and then volleyball was Sunday. Yeah, lots of volleyball. Got to take in a game of that. The warden was there forever. And then we did our 360. Then we did our NCAA. We watched the selection show, and then we do the auction where we auction off our teams. And then we do all that. So I wound
You have
up.
to explain to me how that works. I didn't know that selection show was a thing until Sunday, and then it was on the TV, so I watched it, but I don't understand how you would. You don't have to do it now.
No, just so once the bracket is filled, like the bracket is out, right? Like the bracket. You start with 1s and 2s.
Seeds. Okay.
Starts with 1s and 2 seeds, and those seeds are unlimited. Like you can buy those for $5 or $500.
Are you asking the question about his auction or the selection
The auction,
Sunday show?
The auction.
How you would auction?
Yeah, so you pay for those teams.
Who do you
Or-
pay?
Well, proverbially you pay.
Yeah. Calcuttas are illegal.
Mhm.
That's all shit.
Like it's just like I would give you $500 for them,
Yeah.
and
Who
then
is the you? Who owns
the auctioneer.
So it goes all into one pot.
Mhm.
So what do you? The official term is a Calcutta.
So you're just trying to buy the teams you think you're going to win. So you're bidding against
So
it.
it's
So
a couple of things.
however much money you spend,
Mhm.
however much it's a 19% payback. So however many games they win,
Mhm.
you gain 19% of that total back every game they win. Does that make any sense?
Do they play 5 games each?
So you'll have the round of
Potentially?
64, 32, 16,
8.
Elite 8.
So you'll
Final
never get all
Four,
your money back.
6 games.
Oh, 6.
If your team wins, they will play 6 games.
Yeah.
So there's a strategy to it because a lot of people will throw. So like Duke and some Calcuttas that are being ran by some people may go for $1,000.
I got Duke going all the way to the end, but ultimately losing.
So then
Purdue.
you have a $50 minimum that you have to spend.
Mm-hmm.
So with me, like some guys, like the 1s and 2s, you can bid whatever you want, and that money doesn't count. towards-
Actually, that's not true. I got Nebraska beating Duke.
They doesn't. God damn it. That doesn't count towards your $50. Then once you start on your 3s, then your 50 tally starts.
Mm.
So then, like I spent $50. Actually, I only spent $44 because I had $6 left.
Well, I thought you had a $50 minimum.
Maximum.
Oh,
Sorry.
pretty okay.
I
Maybe
ended up with
misheard.
Siena, Cal Baptist, Lehigh, LIU, and Kennesaw State.
They're all going to lose.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, some
But
people
we
will.
pay- but we pay out-
Lehigh is the first year they've ever played in it, right?
We pay out.
No, Lehigh's been in it before.
We pay out biggest loss. So
Mm.
that's why I went out. That's why I went for Siena because their first round is against Duke. So if they ring them for like 30 points,
Yeah.
then you like biggest loss wins 15 back, and like it just pays out. Anyway, long story short, the whole works is we take all the money that's won and gained, and then we put that into a steak dinner.
If it was real money.
If it was alleged money, yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
like it is alleged money, but if it was real money.
Oh, fucker.
But yeah, I did that Sunday. And then went to work Monday, and
Here we are on Tuesday.
here we are on Tuesday. You?
Not too much. We of course baseball. We hit the diamond on Thursday, so we'll see how that goes. Probably won't be pretty, but that's all right. It's early. Work's been busy. Had a 40th birthday party for a friend of the program, Lee
Yeah.
Vogler.
I'd like to make a public announcement on that too. Leroy, if you're listening, I'm sorry.
He listens to every show.
I know, and I'm sorry I didn't make it. Like I said, I wasn't feeling well. I had some had some cargo that it needed to be home, and didn't need to be attending any birthday parties or in public for that matter at that point. So, with that being said, I apologize. Please accept my apology and happy belated birthday.
Yeah, he's I got into a little bit of trouble because I talked about bearings and didn't mention tri-state bearing, in which Leroy works, because I was talking about our CPAP machine having a bearing in it, and he said he could have got me lined out probably for a lot cheaper. So
Probably.
but that was on me.
Who's gonna overhaul that sucker with said bearings?
Yeah, we didn't get that part. He had the bearing to sell me, he said. So anyways, but that's it. Nothing too much. Kind of, Janelle's kind of had the not crud lately, but just, exhausted from, the youngest one a few days, a couple weeks ago. So she seems to be on the mend pretty good, but
That's good.
kids are getting started and all their stuff. They were supposed to have t-ball practice tonight, but cold out. And
Yeah, we're going tomorrow.
I think
from
Zoe's
7
got
to 8
softball.
o'clock.
That's what we got too. No, 6 to 7.
Yeah.
7 to 8.
I
6
think
to
we're
7.
7 to 8.
6,
tomorrow.
7. Yeah, possibly.
Oh, wait.
So-
How are we going to do that in church?
You're not.
Yeah, it looks
I
terrible.
don't know why the foam's so thick.
Get you a little of that nose grease on there.
Here, let me
Don't
give you some.
get the fuck out of here.
Are you not going to put any nose grease on that? Why does that work, by the way? Anybody got any idea?
I don't
I
know.
believe it's a salt.
That's a good call.
I think it's the oil that breaks the tension,
Could be.
the bubbles.
What a mystery. You know what's not a mystery?
Tell me.
Hope Outdoor Power before we get started.
Hey.
Winter's over. Snow is gone. Grass mowing season is right around the corner. You went out, kicked the tires on the old mower, and realized it doesn't have another year in it. That's where our friends at Hope Outdoor Power come in. Hope Outdoor Power has the Cub Cadet or Kubota you need to keep your lawn looking nice. From riding mowers to tractors, Hope Outdoor Power has you covered. Mow responsibly this year.
All right, big fella, we got.
Well, this is kind of a fuddy-duddy topic. I know you'll absolutely hate it, but that's okay.
You doing a book review?
No, close.
Movie review?
Close. Even, no.
Television show review?
No, podcast review.
Oh, boy.
I stumbled onto one the other day because I was listening to another one that the same creator was referencing this other show quite often. And I had some time to kind of dive into it the other day while we were driving, so I figured I could, plug in my old Bluetoother to the old cigarette lighter and, just like listen to a radio program. So I found it, and the show's called High Strange. And High Strange is, it's part of the Wondery deal.
Wondery?
The Wondery is like the production company, and then Tenderfoot TV is the other one.
No, the Wonder, like Wondery.
Wondery, yes.
It sounds like their people should have got with our people.
They're a lot further along in the game than we are.
Mhm.
Doubt it.
Yeah. I can't find it. Anyway, Tenderfoot TV is the channel that it's on, and the host is Payne Lindsay, who is the creator of Up and Vanished, which Up and Vanished is one of
Payne's a guy?
Yeah. He's from
I've heard you say his name, but I always thought it was a her.
No, he's from Atlanta. But he started out with Up and Vanished back in the day, and him big cold case guy.
Yeah.
And he gets in onto these ones, and the one that got me hooked was the first one, the first season of Up and Vanished with a gal's name was Tara Grinstead. She was a kind of a beauty queen from Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
The case had been cold for I don't know how many years it was, but within 6 months of them releasing that podcast, they had 2 arrests made. So he's a pretty successful dude. And then there's 3 seasons of Up and Vanished, and there's another one, a side shoot called The Atlanta Monster, where all back in the 70s, those little black kids that were going missing, that were murdered.
Can't say I'm familiar with that.
Anyway, this a whole network of true crime shit. Well, High Strange is not true crime. High Strange is all about
Expensive hookers.
UFOs.
High Strange would be
Yeah.
kind of a Ladies of the Night podcast.
Yeah. So High Strange is about UFOs, cover-ups, misinformation, and then like Project Blue Book, and like the whole basically just covering up the aliens. Interviewed a guy named Travis Walton was his name, and Travis Walton was probably one of the more prolific people that has been I guess abducted, if you can believe that, which I know you don't. But UFO incident is famous in the 1975 case where logger Travis Walton allegedly disappeared for 5 days after being struck by a blue beam from a craft in the Arizona's Apache Sitegraves National Forest. His 6 coworkers witnessed the event. Walton reappeared 5 days later claiming the abduction. And that was the crazy thing, is that 5 days he was gone, right? And like all of the other dudes that were in the truck with him, like they went to the police station to tell him what had happened, and all the cops automatically thought that he was murdered by those folks. And like all of them, in the police report, they did polygraphs. 5 of them were telling the truth per the polygraph, and one of them was inconclusive. So I guess with that one being inconclusive, I guess they threw it out, or I don't know how that legality works, but but yeah, I don't know. It was just something that I thought was really wild, and then that got me listening or like thinking about how you don't hear about that abduction stuff much anymore. And then like you read into the like Project Blue Book with those fighter pilots, the Navy fighter pilots, the Tic Tacs. You remember all those things? I don't know. It just, like I said, it's kind of a dead end, kind of a nerdy topic, but like I've been really into it lately. Been reading, watching, listening
Saying they're going to release more about it this
to
year.
a bunch of that stuff. Yeah.
That sounds good.
Awesome. Good deal. What we got here? 2 minutes, 24 minutes. Sounds good. Yeah. Anyway, small gray beings there on that old craft. So I guess it must have been by the Grays.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Resident Alien's coming out with a new season again.
Awesome, dude. You have to check him out. That's a funny ass story.
So you got involved in this podcast
Mm-hmm.
based on the Payne Stewart guy,
Payne Lindsay.
Payne Lindsay. That's how he got you onto that hook
Yeah.
because of his previous work. So why did he go away from the true crime
Well,
to
it's
the
just
UFO?
no, he's still in it. It's just a side shoot.
Little passion project?
He's 100% a full-time podcaster. So like he's got a couple arms in the far, if you know what I mean there.
I do know what you mean.
Yeah.
So an episode he talks to different people?
So
Or-
this whole season is all about this Walton dude.
And is the Walton dude still alive?
Oh my god.
Jenna,
I think it bounced off.
That was a
Dave.
direct hit.
You just got bombed by the state
Did
bird
you hear
of
that
Indiana.
laugh? Did you hear her her big laugh? That big
Well, I
laugh?
kind of out of the corner of my eye saw her lining up the shot, but Dave took a hit.
Yeah.
We need to zoom in on that, Dave, when you go to edit that,
Yeah.
because
No.
we don't have workers' comp here. So if something were to happen, you're an owner of the business, so it's a tough spot.
Stink bug right to the dome.
no respect.
What a rowdy crowd!
Yeah.
Rowdy crowd. Anything else you want to talk about? High strain?
No, I'm sorry.
Why'd he come up with the name High Strange?
I don't know.
Because to Dave's point, like very much could be the ladies of the night sitting around talking about their experiences.
Yeah, it could be. You're right. Yeah. I can't fucking talk anymore. I'm out. What you been thinking about, man? It's a wonderful night for a podcast. I think I'm there, guys. I think I've hit the wall. Like I can't. I don't know, like I don't have anything.
All right, so here's
Prolific.
moving on. Here's what I was wondering about, and I forget where I picked it up. I was listening to something when I was lifting, or anyways, it was just a thought exercise that people change their lives drastically when they know the end, like when you know, like the end is coming about or whatever it might be. So what I was wondering about is God stops by in your dreams at 11:59 p.m. God taps you on the shoulder. He says, Dave, giving you 24 more hours on this earth, and that's it. And then he leaves. But he comes to you clear as day, kind of like your Chuck Norris dream, you know, your Burt Reynolds dreams.
It was Toby Keith. And,
Toby Keith, yeah.
It wasn't Burt Reynolds. Tom Selleck.
Tom Selleck. Yeah, great mustache on that guy. But, I mean, just as real as it can be. And you have that feeling. Like
Think
you're
God has facial hair.
Yes.
You want to add to that or just?
Have you seen the dudes running around over in the Middle East? Yeah, he's probably got real straggly ass brown beard and just real shitty mustache. Huh? Okay, God or Jesus?
God. We're talking about God right
Oh,
now.
Yeah, I don't think anybody knows what he looks like.
You seemed awful confident.
Well, I
there.
thought you were talking about Jesus. Sorry.
I would agree with your take that Jesus has some sort of beard. Yes. But anyways, you got 24 hours.
Real scraggly fucker too, I bet.
Yeah. Nice, thick, luscious. You're the son of God. You have great facial hair. Not something bad. But anyways, you got 24 hours. What are you doing with it?
Hanging out with my wife and my kids.
Good answer.
Are you afraid you're going to get another bug flicked at you?
Maybe. One of those IFOs, identified flying objects.
So that would be what, I mean, elaborate. Just give me something more here.
I really don't think I'd want to do much. I'd probably just have a cookout, have everybody over. Like I don't know. It would depend on the circumstances.
You're going to go peacefully at
Yeah, then I'd want to hang out. Like if I was going to go by, hey, you're going to blow up into a million pieces, I'd position myself to take a couple MFers with me, probably.
Up there at the BMV.
No, I tell you what, you guys talk about over there in Jasper, but they've always been nothing but sweet to me over there and timely.
I've never, I can't say never, but my most handful of experiences have said otherwise. So you're just going to hang out, wife, kids.
Wife, kids, the hood, whatever, just hang out with those close to me.
Do you tell them?
I don't know. I'm afraid it'd make it weird.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it
hey
would
guys, you want to hang
fucking
out?
suck.
I'm dying. Like, I'm not sure if I found out I had cancer. I don't know if I'd tell anybody because I feel like it'd just make it weird.
Why would it make it weird?
I don't know. I just feel like I'd try to write it out.
Like no treatment, nothing?
I mean, if when I had the skin cancer, yeah, let's cut that off of there. I wasn't gonna just let her go, but if
Just
it
let it
was
take
like,
me.
if it was like
Just let it take me.
some aggressive thing, I think I'd probably just.
Sir, we could get that off
Write
your
it
face
out.
with clean margins. No.
No, just unplug me.
I don't want to
let
put
it
up
go.
with it.
No, just let it go.
Sir, you're not plugged into anything. I just let it go. Jenna will be here in a minute to collect my body.
You're
Sir,
gonna
you're not
die
even
for
there.
47 years.
Yeah, you're not there.
Yeah, I just think it'd be an awkward conversation, so I wouldn't tell anybody if I had 24 hours.
You just let it go.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd die at home, though, or if I'd sneak out in the night and go
Kind of like dogs do. Go off on
Yeah.
their own.
die next to a pond or something.
Neighbor
it'd have
Doug finds you out in the
because I
frame.
wouldn't want to die next. Like, I'd be.
Neighbor Doug's getting ready to go to work. He doesn't stop. Goddamn, Dave, you drunk. Get back home. It's time to go to work.
Just floating up there.
face down in the muck.
What about you, big fella?
I don't know.
It's thought provoking
Very.
because it's like you out of all those options, like what do you want to do?
Like, if my kids were grown, maybe then I would tell them, like, hey, come hang out with your old man. I'm going to die in 17 hours, 23 minutes and 16 seconds. And they're like, all right, Dad, you drunk?
Dad, it's
But, like, I wouldn't tell my kids, like, now, like, come give your old man a hug. I'm dying. Yes, yeah, it'd just be traumatizing, I think.
What about you?
I don't know. Go skydiving.
With 24 hours, I feel like that cost a lot to get that rigged up. Like, hey, guys, we're going to have to skip all the training. I'm dying anyway.
Gonna skip all the training.
Really, it doesn't
You
matter.
don't even need the parachute, tell you the truth. Just boot me out of there.
Yeah,
at
just let it go.
23:59.
Fucking airplane.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It'd be wild. I guess it would all depend on, what stage of
Why
life.
is yours so much greener than mine? Mine
'Cause
looks like
I've-
goat piss.
I poured the pud to it. I really fucking. She said it only takes like 1 or 2 drops. Well, hell,
Yeah.
looks like fucking pickle juice if you don't.
Yeah, like I thought I smelled pickles earlier.
I think it would all just depend on what stage of life you were in. You know what I mean?
Like right now.
Oof. See, I don't know. I don't know what I would do. I don't know if I would want. just dealing with. It's a terrible thing. All the food coloring came right back with him on the fork. Folks at home, if you're listening to this, this is an absolute fucking train wreck of a podcast. We're trying to mix beer and food coloring.
We got flying stink bugs.
I'm not very chatty tonight. I don't know what's going on. A little bit of a funk. Trying to figure things out here, but this topic makes me want to go hang myself. Even though mine sucked, yours is very thought provoking. But it's like it's not like a gloom and doom topic, but like right now in this stage of life, like I feel like it would be fucking terrible to know that I have to tell my 12-year-old twins and my 10-year-old daughter and my wife of 15 years, like, hey, dude, I'm out. Like,
So you would tell them.
what? Maybe like on hour 23.
You know, I think if I was going to kill myself, I don't know if I'd pick hanging.
We're really going there, huh?
Well, you just said make you want to hang yourself. But I mean, it's like in line with the topic. Just seems like an awful lot could go wrong.
Well, if
there.
God's coming to get you, bud, you can't
Yeah.
you can't do that. You can't Harry Carey or whatever. You can't.
Harry Carey killed himself?
No, Harry Carey
I,
didn't.
I don't know why people say that. Hey, and who in the hell's Hank Snow?
Hank Snow?
He's a country artist,
Yeah.
wasn't he?
Did he just like slip off stage or something and disappear?
I've been accused of Hank Snowing before.
Several times, and that's why I'm asking. Because that's what I told the warden the other night. Whenever you had made the trip back with us, and I said, "Yeah, you were accused of Hank Snowing people."
He was a Canadian guitarist,
Hmm.
Clarence Eugene Hank.
But yeah, like what the hell's the? I don't get the correlation of Hank Snowing people.
He died in '99 from heart failure. I mean, I guess that would align.
Anyway, but yeah, no, I don't know. Yeah, like I would tell him, like on, but I don't know. I wouldn't want to give him a whole lot of time. I don't know. That would be terrible to. I don't know. It's a wild deal, man. Wild. I don't know. I don't know what I would do. I don't think anybody really. I don't know. Like obviously, if you're on death row, you could prepare for it. You know what I mean? But like if you knew that you were going to check out in 24 hours from right now, tomorrow at 10:17 p.m., you're out of here.
To Hank Snow means to leave, depart, or quit a situation or move on, derived from the title of country singer Hank Snow's 1950 hit song, I'm Moving On. That probably fits. Sometimes I'm like, hey,
It does.
I've had my fill. It's time to roll.
Yeah, and that fits this topic too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess if you, like Dave said, I guess in all reality, like
I would hang out
just
my
sulk
wife and
out into the
kids
night.
and whoever wanted to hang out. But in the last 2 hours, I'd probably just tie a good one on and crank the tunes and shake the dust out of the ceiling. You know what I mean?
Let him find you here in the morning like that.
Hell yeah.
There you go. Yeah, that's interesting.
Well, if they were going to find you in the morning, that just thickens the plot even more because
Well, what did Jesus? God didn't say you're gonna die, and then I'm gonna
did he
like
say that you're
carry you
die?
away to the.
So
Or did he
Did
say
you even listen?
no, it basically what the conversation was on the podcast that I was on. What I was listening to was just how different people live when they know that the end is near. You hear that Tim McGraw song?
Yeah, that's
Live
what I
like
was
you were
thinking.
dying.
That's why I said go skydiving. Ride a bull named
That's
Fu Manchu.
actually been one of my topics I never brought up. But why is it people got to be dying to live like it?
Well, that's what that point of it is. So, and I guess like why I thought it was thought provoking was there's two sides to it. There's one argument
Oh,
where I would let my
she about smoked her
kids-
head on that thing.
like my kids and my wife go about their regular day. Like, why keep them from school or keep Janelle from going to work and just kind of sit there and would I go to work? No, probably not. I'd get the kids dropped off and I'm working from home today. And I'd probably just sit there and just realize how good I've had it, write a few letters and say goodbyes that way. But then on the flip side, I would also think that I would want to spend that last bit of time with them where you just say, hey, impromptu, we're going to go do X, Y, and Z.
That's right. Because what if after the fact, God goes to their dreams and says, "Hey, I told him 24 hours before, and he sent you to school.
But I don't know that God would do that.
What a prick.
I mean,
Yeah,
he would be if he was testing to see
But
if
see,
you were
this-
a dick or not.
Here, I guess, and here's the thing about it is like that's why this question is great for this show, because it makes you wonder, which is what we wonder about. And somebody's going to be listening to this. They're going to have looked up High Strange because they want to see what it's about. And then they're going to have this thought-provoking moment where they're going to ask other people about their day or about what they would do. And that's what the goal of this show's about. But I looked at it 2 different ways where you could just, not treat it anything differently because it's going to come, or, realistically spend every waking moment that you could with my kids and my wife and not tell them why, but it's just, we're going to have a day. Like, call the school, Janelle, call in, take PTO because you're getting ready to have some bereavement leave anyways.
But I guess you could Walter White it, send them to school, then go knock off a bank or 2, hide some money under their beds.
Yeah, but then what happens when God shows up?
Yeah.
Justine and I have been watching Breaking Bad a little bit lately.
God shows up there at hour 24 and he's like,
Hey,
yeah,
dickhead.
this is because you've lived a good life and now that you've done all this stuff, you got to pay for it. That,
Pineapples in hell.
yeah. But I don't know. Like, I think it would be interesting. I mean, if you knew it was coming, how would you go about your day? If you would treat it any different, or then,
I think I would be in such a fucking pit of despair if it was today. I think it would level my ass. Like,
Really?
I guarantee it would. I think I would be in such a pit of despair with, like, people always say when they reach a certain point in their life, like, they're not afraid to die.
Not there yet, huh?
I would be fucking petrified, be terrified.
I think I used to be scared of dying, but if I found out I was going to die in 15 minutes, I don't think I could have done any better.
I don't believe you a word. I don't
Really?
believe a word you're saying.
Yeah, I think I'm good. I'm at peace with keeling over. I wouldn't have done any of it different.
That's 2 different things.
Why?
I wouldn't have done anything different.
Mhm.
And knowing that you will no longer exist on this earthly planet are 2 totally different things.
Yeah, my kids are all raised. I mean, they're not like grown, but they're raised up. They're decent individuals.
William's fucking 8.
Yeah, he's got a good.
Yeah, he's got an interview next week, full-time job.
good news is mom will move on within a year. Probably the new man will be okay.
Yeah,
He'll be out here listening to music in the lounge.
bedding my wife.
Bedding my bride.
But it won't be classic rock or 80s, 90s country. It'll be jazz.
Yeah,
How bad would that get you?
Kenny G.
Haunt this motherfucker. I don't know. For me personally, I think with just like my anxious tendencies and everything like that, I really think that I would just.
Well, what do you need to do different now to make it that you'd feel okay about dying?
Bingo. And that's exactly what this is meant to be, is to get you to that point to where self-improvement.
But that's the thing. Like, I don't think anything that I could do, I think I could improve on lots of things,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think any improvement that I could make could prepare me to die in 24 hours.
Then you haven't found your peace.
I guess you're right.
So what do you feel deficient at?
Everything
have
that
to
I
be
would be, everything
deficient
that I
about
would be
anything.
missing.
I mean, but I
My kids' wedding, my
no, I understand that.
my
But if
30th wedding anniversary, the travel I would do in the future with my wife, the watching my kids get married, taking care of grandkids, like knowing that I would miss out on all those things would that's what gets me.
But that's right now that's when you've passed and you've gone. Like that's not the worry, but I think the mark that you can leave.
Oh, it's most fucking certainly the worry for me.
well, I
Like
understand,
that's the way I feel.
but you can't control that.
I cannot.
But the thing you can do is love on your children and your wife as much as possible to where they'll always remember you in some way.
I get it. No, I believe that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. Like if it's
Now,
Like-
I will say that there's been once or twice that I was pretty sure I was having the big one. And I was sure to call the kids in to tell them good night and tell them I loved them. And then
Wait,
just
like
went to,
at night?
yeah, Jenna's been home for one of them. Yeah, I didn't want
Well,
to
you're
be. I
gonna
had
shit
holy
and piss 'em
underwear.
in it anyways.
Well, I didn't want them to haul me out. I sleep in my undies and they were holy, so I changed my underwear into a good pair of Duluths. I was ready to die. Like I thought it was the one. And I was like, well,
Fucking wildcat.
so I called the kids in one by one. I gave them all hugs, told them I loved them and to be good, and went to sleep thinking I
Hoping to
wasn't going to
wake
wake up
up.
again. What are you going to do? I sure as hell don't want to go to the hospital like, oh, you're just fat, bastard. Lose some weight.
Hey,
It was a pent-up fart.
Wyatt boy, you get the rifle above the mantle. Weston, you get the family Bible. Wild Bill, you can have my collection of dirty magazines.
Yeah, I don't know. That's this is a wild deal. I guess for me, I just in my point of view in my life right now, I couldn't imagine dealing with it.
Well, I don't think any of us disagree with you. I
Right.
don't disagree with you on that. But I knew that if I knew that God said I got 24 hours, I mean, you can wallow in that self-pity and regret, which doesn't do any good. It's kind of like a rocking chair. It doesn't make any, what is it? What is that saying about a rocking chair?
Keeps you busy, but you don't get anywhere or something like that.
Yeah, but you don't get anything done. But if you can take this moment and say, hey, you
I'll
know
just
what?
change my underwear, hug my kids, and go to bed.
And hope I wake up in the morning. About 2:30, I got to wake up and piss when I'm
Yes.
still alive.
Yeah,
The only thing I ever worried about, like I got nervous when Jenna worked nights. I didn't want the kids to ever find me like
Oh,
when
that's
they were
a-
young and like have no phone and just find Dad dead in a pile of shit. But since Jenna was home, she'd have found me.
That's a real thing. Because I think there was a veterinarian in Princeton? Her husband passed. I think it was, and they had like a special needs child. And that's the one that, like, that would be tough. That would be tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, had Jenna been at work when I thought I was having the big one, I would have probably called the 911 so the kids didn't have to find me. But since she was home, just changed my undies.
That's a wild move.
This is insane.
I don't know. I think it makes you think.
Yeah.
See, that's forethought there. Don't want them to find you in holy undies.
Very thought provoking. I guess I'll call the funeral home tomorrow. Just get my pre-arrangements ready to go.
Would you want us to be your pallbearers? One of them?
You ain't fucking big enough. What, are you going to run tandem forklifts or what?
No, obviously there'd be 4 more. Who would be your 6?
Well, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Who is that?
We'll run 12 and we'll just I'll rig up some pop-out handles so we can have 2 at each post.
What the hell's that? Brian Shaw, World's Strongest Man. Eddie Hall. There's another couple of them. Matt Best and big burly fuckers.
You think we could get him in town by then?
No.
I'll get you to your hole, buddy.
Yeah.
We'll throw you in a side by side.
No.
We'll just wheel you in. Does it bother you that bad?
Yeah. Yeah. Always has. Terrified
It used
of
to
it.
bother me when I was a younger person.
Terrified of it.
Dave, you're only 41.
Well, like when I was, I guess maybe in the last 8 or 10 years, I've really just decided I've done about all the good I can do, and anything out from here is just icing on the cake.
Gravy on top.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just thought I'd bring it before the group.
Are you going to get cremated or going to get buried?
I don't know. That's a really good question.
Because a person told me recently that they were getting cremated, and it really was a shock to me because I never would have thought that. Never would have thought that out of them, which never really thought about them dying much either. But it's obviously the inevitable. But didn't know that they were going to get cremated.
I since I don't want to be put in a tomb and I don't want embalmed, because I think that's what's wrong with the world is we don't go back to the earth how we're supposed to. You get pumped full of chemicals and put in a concrete box. So I think either want put in like one of those tree bulbs
Mm-hmm.
and plant it in the backyard, because preferably I'd like to be in the backyard or cremated. Now Jenna wanted a body because she thought it'd help with closure, so I tried to talk her into just having them cremate my lower half. Just saving money on the box.
Yeah, we only need one of them half boxes here.
You could do like that one old broad on that one short little Facebook clip where she was at the, what was it, the Gathering? Is that what it was? Where the Juggalos go, the ICP people?
Mm.
I think Jenna can hang out with those folks because I think, wasn't she a Juggalette at one time?
I think she was into that scene.
Yeah, for a little while.
Were you
but,
really? What was your favorite brand of Faygo?
Anyway,
Probably grape.
Strawberry.
they
Oh.
her husband passed away and she had him cremated and then put his ashes inside of a glass pleasure device
Oh no.
so she could still
Oh no.
fornicate with him.
That's a wild move.
Hmm.
That's a wild move.
I mean,
I'd say if I got cremated and I had to get one of those pleasure tools like around the size of what I've currently working with, I'd have a lot of fucking leftover ashes where we could probably still deposit those in many different vacation spots.
well, you could
You know what I
get a
mean?
few of them made so she got plenty to last her in case she loses it.
Well, she'd have one for every fucking day of the week for months.
Twice on Sunday.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Death and dying is a wild topic, and like preparing for it, I think, is even wilder. But just having that thought, you know, like,
I think you need to stop thinking about what you haven't done and think about what you have done. And if you still can't be happy with it in the end, you need to start figuring something out.
yeah,
And think about what the good you've done.
that's true.
I mean, your kids are good kids.
Yeah.
I mean, although your mom quick to comment about the round monitor.
Yeah, she bought it for him. Christmas gift. That's funny.
I loved it. No, I think the juggalette over there get a little wild. But I do think it's a good moment of self-reflection. If there's more you can do with your wife, your kids, your family, I think that's a good thing to take from it. Agree or disagree?
I agree.
Totally agree.
Okay. Do we need to take a quick pause and hug it out real quick?
Yeah.
Yep.
We're going to take a quick pause for the cause. We'll be right back.
We're busy. You're busy. And your grass isn't going to stop growing. That's where LC Lawn Care and Pressure Washing comes in. Our buddy Logan Clark is top notch when it comes to keeping your lawn looking good all year. Also, did we mention Logan does pressure washing? Get your deck, patio, or outdoor furniture cleaned up and ready for hosting. Call Logan today at 812-631-4700 or check out LC Lawn Care and Pressure Washing on Facebook.
And we are back. A big thank you to our Pause for the Cause sponsor.
LC Lawn Care. Call him up. It's this time of year.
It is that time of year. Brother Dave, some would say we've struck out with the first two. What do you got? Pressure's on.
So out of all the mythical creatures,
Yep, I'm out. Motherfucker.
I have decided
Okay.
that I think Mer-people are the most far-fetched out of the whole thing. No, who's Gerald? Oh, he had to build the city underground for him. Will you pass me a beer? I did hear about that. The Florida guy that got taken under sea by the dolphin. Now dolphins I could buy, but Mer-people, here's the deal. They're always portrayed as being like an advanced civilization, and I just can't. And they got like human people teeth, like they're human up, like they're humanoids on top. But what the hell would they do with teeth like ours? And and like in all of them, they have weapons and advanced technology and blah, 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 blah. How are you going to make shit out of metal down there? You can't have no fire underwater. Like, how are you going to work metal? And I just don't think that it's a feasible thing to do. And most civilized civilizations, like I've decided food is an important, like you feed people, like you get together and you break bread, like little undiscovered tribes, they do it. It's just a thing to do if you're somewhat civilized. How the hell are they going to do that underwater? How are you going to cook up a meal? You're just going to be eating like kelp and, sea bass, just raw. Like, and then where does their poop and piss go?
Floats away.
So you're just swimming in it?
Yeah.
How's that civilized?
Well, I mean,
Oh, Dale. So you're over by John's. He's got the squirts. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like all the other ones, Chupacabra, Mothman, Bigfoot, aliens, all that, I'm all in. Mer-people, nah, I think we're stretching.
but I mean, do the mer-people actually live underwater though?
Yeah,
Or they
have
live around
fishes.
water?
They got. You ever seen Little Mermaid?
Yeah, I'm familiar with it, but what I'm saying is they don't. So they
Well,
can.
if it wasn't for Ursula, she wouldn't have been able to be on the ground.
So are you saying they can breathe underwater?
Yeah, they're fishes,
So yeah, but they're mer-people.
but they can't breathe above water.
They're mutants.
Yeah, but
Well,
I
no, that
thought-
is a different aspect you could take. I guess they could breathe through their pores and not through gills or some sort of nature like
No,
that.
they're totally mutants. Have you ever seen Waterworld?
Yeah,
Kevin Costner's got gills.
But-
He's a mutant.
but he's not a mer-people. He's a mutated land dweller.
Well, isn't that what mer-people are?
No, they got fish feet. I mean, they ain't got feet. They got fish fins.
Appendages? They don't even have arms?
They got arms. They got a. You know what a daggone centaur, like the horse people?
Yeah.
You know how they're horse on the bottom and people on the top?
Yeah.
Same thing, but fish on the bottom, people on the top.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If they can breathe and everything underwater, why wouldn't they be just
They
like any
can't
normal
breathe
fish?
underwater.
That's
Mer-
what I was just asked him. He
mer
said
people?
yes.
No. Mer-people, whether mermaids have gills depends entirely on the mythology or the fictional depiction. Generally, they're depicted either as magical beings with lungs capable of breathing underwater, or as a mammalian hybrid like dolphins that hold their breath. Scientifically speculative, some argue they would need gills, while others suggest they're highly advanced and have adapted lungs. I'm thinking they're like
Mammalian.
Mar-
Okay, so
marine
we
mammals.
breathe water like when you're a baby in the womb, isn't that full of fluid? And aren't they breathing in there? Remember that from it wasn't Alien, but there was a movie, The Abyss, maybe. And they had like these advanced sea suits that had like a highly oxygenated fluid.
like amniotic fluid type.
Yeah, and so you just got to, and the next thing you know, you're breathing water. All right. Well, maybe I don't think that mer-people are the most far-fetched. I mean,
Because it sounds like the science is not settled on the mer-people.
I just don't
Yeah,
know how
because
they
they're
would
not
get
fucking
anything-
real.
You know what?
Aliens aren't real
I'm
either.
on Casey's team.
That's fine. You can be on Casey's team, but you ain't never seen no dinosaur.
Nope.
But you believe in dinosaurs.
Well, there's the skeletons.
There's been bones of mer-people.
Where?
Little traveling sideshows. You never know.
So you're going to trust the little traveling sideshow that has the bearded lady.
Which I've seen women with beards.
I have too. He was
Mhm.
working one of the rides at the Strassenfest a few years ago.
Yep. You're saying that's because what you're going to say is you're going to believe that over our honest government
Well, that's not government. That's academia. Those are
funded
researchers.
by the government.
So you don't believe in dinosaurs?
Me?
Or you do? You're in on dinosaurs.
I believe in dinosaurs.
But so what gives you? So
I'm
But-
just saying you ain't never seen a dinosaur, but yet you believe it just because there's enough out there and you've been told to believe it. It's not because there's bones. It's because in school, they're like, oh, there's dinosaurs.
but you've never found a mer-people skeleton.
Mase is looking one right now.
Yeah, that's fake.
What makes that any less believable than a dinosaur skeleton?
the Humber Museum, working together as one of the national portfolio organizations supported by the Arts Council of England, said it was found building a bridge in 1974.
I thought you were on my side.
Well, now I'm not.
Well, no, I'm not.
I mean, oh well.
Fake.
Well, you can put a fake stamp on anything.
Yeah.
I don't think Bigfoots are real. I don't think a tangle of Sasquatch could ever really be seen.
I'm gonna hold out for Sasquatch.
Not a chance. With the advanced technology we have, with drones,
Thermals.
thermals, where they're able to track and find just about damn near anything, you're telling me there's still a Sasquatch running around these woods.
Probably more so in the Pacific Northwest.
And people are crazy up there anyways.
But what would they gain by telling you that they found him?
Found who?
Bigfoot.
What do people gain?
What would the government gain by letting you know Bigfoot was real?
I don't think it's a government gain.
I think
it's the people making the claim.
I think if the internet, or I think if the government would actually come out and truthfully say that extraterrestrial life is real, it would completely change the course of history.
Yeah. And then we're like, oh, by the way, Bigfoot, he's an alien.
He's real too.
That's what I mean. Like,
I mean, do you really think the government disclosures on UFOs, they're going to say they're real?
to me, I think
Because to his point,
okay,
it is as if that were to occur, like how, like what, I mean, what's there to gain about that?
there's everything to lose about that if they come out and say it, because there's quite a stranglehold.
It's just the proof that the government's been lying to us for 50 years.
Well, but then it's questioning everything that we know about our civilization at the same time, and religion. Not that it would not waver my religion any. I still believe in it, but I think there'd be a lot of people who would question, well, I thought that God made just us and we were it and there was nobody else and that was all there ever was. But I think that the government's leveraged religion to keep people in check for a long time, to try to push on their moral, moral base there, to have a little bit of extra control on the masses. Because
But the government originally hated religion. I mean, Pontius Pilate was a Roman.
And that's a perfect way. Well, Pontius Pilate hated because at that point in time, it was religion that was challenging his authority. Because then there was something else coming in that held more power than they did at the time.
But I don't know that Jesus ever said he was going to rule the people or take over, fight the battle.
Definitely did not, but it gave people hope that there was something better to look forward to. And if you're betting on everybody listening to you and only you and doing what you say every day, whether it was right, wrong, or indifferent, well, there's a little bit to be lost there. If there's somebody else coming in and saying, hey, you can just go live in the woods out there and be faithful and you'll be just as happy in the end as you are if you get your ass whipped by this guy every day.
What about like the government, like they're not telling the truth about aliens or Bigfoot, but they're also not telling the truth about the Epstein files?
I think that is what's going to make it to where they'll bring it out. I think they're going to have to turn everybody's attention away from something else, and that's just a card they've been holding until they need it.
Man, boys, that's getting deep. But on the flip side, in all of this, you're never going to be happy with what the government releases because you're never going to fully trust it.
And I don't mean just our government. I mean government as a whole. I still, we're lots of countries and lots of places, but there's still, I'm sure, some overarching
the
group of people.
Rothschilds?
I don't know. I would just assume that there's somebody trying to pull the strings.
I can't remember what I read or heard something the other day, and it might have been on that High Strange when they were trying to put into perspective like how actually how small like our galaxy is.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think for some reason it's jumping out at me that our galaxy is just like one of like 3 trillion other
it's like a
galaxies.
grain of sand on the beach, man.
Our
And I'm not
galaxy.
convinced that, and I still think that by aliens, it could, so there's evidence, I guess it's not proven fact, but there seems to be evidence that would allude to that there have been multiple lifespans of humans on Earth. Like there's been cataclysmic events that just cleansed everything.
Yeah.
And then who's to say we didn't have technology far greater and that we didn't have a group of people who was able to jump ship and just blast off into space 12,000 years ago, you know?
Well, but that's the theory about the pyramids and everything else. I mean, that's what a lot of that is. I mean, history had a pretty good run with ancient aliens and trying to do all that stuff. But you get into the theoretical physics, like that's basically the, you know, the time that we have now and that we all know is just a construct.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
there's-
time's man-made.
But there's a time in the galaxy way that is completely different.
For sure.
What are you looking up?
Nothing. Like I remember seeing something one time about when they were like archaeologists finding stuff over there around the pyramids that would 100% allude towards like what Dave was saying that there was.
Well, and then they found like machined metal stuff like in the middle of a rock that's 6 million years old. Like, how in the hell did it ever get there?
Mm-hmm.
But no, I'm not saying like I'm ready to drink the Kool-Aid and that I'd die in front of the masses saying that I 1000% believe that to be true. But I think that there's, to not entertain it is obtuse, because you can't prove it didn't happen anymore, and you can prove that it did happen at this point in time.
Which goes back to your overarching theory that the government just wants to keep you entertained, and maybe this is a good way to do it.
Could be.
Spin in circles.
Then you got to question, is the Earth really flat? Because all you know is what they told you.
I've not been up space to see the round.
Me neither.
That was one of the first episodes of High Strange. It was called The Pale Blue Dot, and that's what they were talking about. What Earth looked like from.
That was that one fellow that I can't think of his name, but that was part of his speech. Little pale blue dot.
Part of his whose speech?
I can't think. Neil Tyson DeGrasse really likes the guy a lot, but
Is
he
he
was
an Earth
like the-
flatter?
no. But there was a guy that was like a founding father of not the space program, but what all it could be, and he had this big speech and had a picture of Earth from one of those early satellites, and it's just a little blue dot.
That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is, anyways.
Carl Sagan,
That's it.
renowned astronomer and astrophysicist, famously described Earth as a pale blue dot. He put our tiny existence into perspective, artfully explaining not only our responsibility to each other, but also to our planet. Consider again that dot. That's here. That's our home. Yeah.
Yeah, mermaids. Probably the
So mermaid is just a female version of a mer person.
yeah. I imagine a male would be a merman or a mer-they in our.
You just never know depending on what you want to do. All right, it is now time for Brado's Three Big Things, brought to you by Merkley and Sons.
Some people don't stop grilling in the wintertime. Some do. We don't judge, we listen. For those that do, stop. This is a friendly reminder that putting garbage meat products on your grill leads to garbage results. All the pros of the grill know that when it comes to meat products, the place to get them is Merkley and Sons, the ultimate destination for meat enthusiasts. Oh, by the way, welcome back to grilling season.
All right, here we go. Missing General. Oh, by the way, I should mention, I sat with Brother Brado in the pew, St. Mary's,
Nice.
this past week. Had the wife and the daughter with him. He
Good.
snuck in and said hi. Well, I mean, we didn't sit beside each other, but same pew.
Yeah.
So we saw him, and I think he sang a little bit. I could hear this voice of an angel there to my right.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Missing General, the disappearance of a retired Air Force general who once oversaw billions of dollars in military research, has drawn federal investigators into the search and fueled a wave of theories about classified programs and unidentified flying objects. Retired Major General
I'll be
William Neil McCaslin, a former commander of the Air Force Research Laboratory, has been missing since February 27th, and investigators have not identified a clear explanation for his disappearance. McCaslin's background overseeing some of the Air Force's most advanced science and technology programs has made the case a magnet for speculation. Best guess, Dutchman, what happened to this guy and why do you think he needed to be silenced?
Well, I think like we just literally got done talking about, if he had the answers and he was getting ready to go public and
I guess
was maybe talking to a whistleblower, they got out.
I guess I was
He got
assuming,
got.
he got kidnapped by
Somebody that he had done business with before
no,
from
no,
another
no, no,
from
like
another planet.
a country that is not allies with us or something, trying to figure out intel is where I guess
He
I
was
went with it.
selling to the higher
Selling or
bidder.
just got grabbed and is getting,
talked to thoroughly
Yeah.
by somebody else from another country in an
Mhm.
undisclosed location. Has there been any update on the Guthrie woman?
That kind of slipped to the wayside too, I think.
Shows you how fast, how
I think that might have been just another ploy to bring the heat off of the Iran situation.
Guthrie or this guy
Either one.
could be a possibility. Why one restaurant chef still cooks his grandma's recipes. Chef Gavin Kaysen says his grandmother's recipes are the ones he returns to again and again, especially when he's craving comfort food. From Brado, the headline jumped out at me, and I know you've maybe hit on this before, but do the Dutchmen have any grandma's recipe comfort food that comes to mind? For me, my grandma Bev Luker would make poor man's soup.
My Highlander loaf is my grandma's smoker's meatloaf recipe with a couple, modifications.
Did Grandma Smoker call it Highland meatloaf?
No.
Okay, that's just you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
That reminds me of the Looney Tunes cartoons when they were mixing chemicals and little bubbly things.
What about you? Any grandma's recipes?
Ham salad?
Damn, you got a ham salad recipe?
No.
Oh,
Pecan pie. Oh, all kinds of shit. Grandma used to make. Yeah. Stuff like that.
I don't know that I've got anything like specifically correlated to grandma, probably more so mom. Maybe she got it from grandma,
Yeah.
but I know there was an old,
isn't there a soup recipe you've been trying to perfect?
the chili recipe?
I thought there was some soup that you were working on. Maybe it was a chili.
No, like the chili came from mom, chicken and dumplings, but some of that's kind of like self-explanatory on how you do that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd say just probably, your bug that you flicked on Dave came back for vengeance.
Did you just swallow a bug?
No, it's underneath the microphone over there. No, like on the wall.
Oh,
So I don't know that I got any specific.
Yeah, me neither. There's a lot. Like just her cooking in general, like her homemade mashed potatoes. And then like the green beans out of the garden and shit like that. And then she would make baked beans and put bacon strips on top of it. And, just very simple things, but just, my mom has recreated them
Yeah.
and they're taste the same,
Yeah. Ours probably was the biggest conundrum was the stuffing recipe at Thanksgiving. We've been trying to.
maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. That was one after the first.
Matter of fact, that might be the same with us because that no longer is made homemade like those fine folks over at the Schnitz make it now at our family stuff. Now her dad still makes his own stuffing and stuff, but yeah.
Well, Papa Maxie's a little bit of a cook.
Yeah.
He's a cook for sure.
He is a good cooker, man.
Yep. Use it or lose it. Pentagon spending binge set record in final days of fiscal year. Pentagon spending in September included nearly $9 million on Alaskan king crab and lobster tails, more than $200 million on furniture, and $5.3 million on Apple devices. Holy crap, from Brado. That's a lot of crab legs and lobster. seriously though, wouldn't it be nice if we would actually track where our tax dollars went, like exactly my dollar and what it's being spent on? Is there a way to audit the IRS?
Yeah, they used to have this thing called Doge, and then like it went away.
Here's my deal with the damn Department of Defense spending. I agree that you got to be able to account for it, but I also feel like it would be naive to expect them to tell the American people what all is in development and what they're spending money on. Like you go back to the Manhattan Project when all that was happening.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they didn't put in the ledgers where all that money was going as what it was.
Yeah.
There's some things that just can't be shared due to national security, I think.
Well,
Maybe
but
crab legs is just, and maybe that's just what they're using to call all the shit they're doing down the Antarctic they don't want us to know about and just trying to cover it up with fancy seafood terminology, but they're just trying to keep the aliens alive because they've got a portal to another galaxy.
Or maybe Uncle Donnie T just really likes fucking king crab. I don't know.
I don't think
He's
the
got a
DOD
king crab
buy
list.
it for him.
well, here's what I'll throw out there. So this isn't just the Department of Defense. All of these federal government entities, if you budget a certain amount of money and then you get to the end of the fiscal year and you've not spent it all,
Then your budget's smaller next year.
and that is a dumb way to operate. You should want every one of these departments to come 10, 15, 20% under budget every year.
Mm-hmm.
Because when my younger brother out of Missouri, forestry, some of those guys, he had a buddy that was in fisheries, like they worked for the federal government, and it literally was, what can we spend money on? Because if we don't spend it, then we won't get that amount next year.
Yep.
And that's the dumbest thing ever in my eyes. Like, you want to start correcting some of the overspend and gluttony of the federal government. Hey, how about this? You should come 25% under budget this year for what you have requested. And if you do come under budget, that goes to a rainy day fund. So if something were to occur,
We'll bankroll it for you. If you need something,
then you need
got
something
something
that
to
you
pull
put in
from.
the request for it. But to just spend this kind of money, think about how many.
oh, they're in the
Pe-
bill. It's like $8 billion they spent last year or something.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, it's just, that's why, like when they were in, because that guy's not in Minnesota anymore. He's in California. He's chasing down Medicare, Medicaid fraud for hospice spending and all this other stuff. But that's the thing. Like when you're looking at what some of those places are doing, it's a couple million here or there. That's not necessarily a tick on an elephant's ass.
849.8 billion was the DOD's budget for 25.
Well, and then on the flip side, you talk about like projects. You also don't want it to be known that, hey, we give those Kurds in northern Iraq, $100 million a year so they can be our friends in the region or other places
And
like
I'm
that.
sure we're funding all sorts of like small little insurrectionists over there just to keep people busy. I would think. Like, why
Yeah.
fight big battles if we can pay people to fund people to fight little battles just to keep them busy?
Well, but there was at one point, I think, that we were on the same side as ISIS. I think in those early Iraq years and Afghanistan on some of that.
we trained them.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like when that person was no longer your friend because the cash draws up or the operational mission or goal changes and you're no longer buddy, they hate you because you've taken away the money out of it. So
Bitches.
I don't know. Does the street department budget ever, you guys buy any king crab or anything? Because you guys are under budget.
No.
Huh.
No.
What about roof repairs?
No, those are not in the budget either.
Hey, I think you did a great job.
Thanks.
I mean, was there like a moment for comment or you just figured this was now the time? Because I tried to watch the video and I felt like you just came out of nowhere.
The floor was open. I mean,
Oh.
he asked if anybody would like to speak, and I just got up and spoke. I just shot from the hip and told him what I thought.
I mean, it was great.
Yeah, we got a lot of positive feedback from it, and I guess the proverbial ball is rolling, so that's a good thing.
Look at you being a difference maker.
Agent of change.
I think enough is enough. I think people just I don't think I'll jeopardize my employment by saying it's fucking embarrassing, and then it's enough is enough, and things need to be fixed, and the public needs to know what we're dealing with, and where their tax dollars are going, and
I imagine they wouldn't let City Hall be that way.
no, they wouldn't.
Move your break room to City Hall.
It's been offered
Has it really?
recently.
You gonna take them up on it?
Nope,
They don't have a coffee maker in there?
they probably do. No,
Snack machine?
no,
Nothing.
no.
Okay.
See,
I feel like you're in a little bit of a blender.
I am
You're a little bit all over the place.
kinda tonight.
You're distracted.
Yeah.
Why are you distracted?
I don't know.
You want to talk about it?
I'm tired.
That means no.
I don't know. No, I'm all right. I think I'm okay. Yeah, I'm good. Just
I mean, some would say you're being salad Zach.
right now.
A little bit. Kind of although you're having a couple brewskis, some would say your reaction to things is salad Zach.
I was just a little bit unprepared tonight.
Why?
I
We
just
never
didn't- I feel
prepare.
like I didn't get off.
What's different from any other night?
I didn't get off on a good foot. I didn't have a good topic. I didn't have anything. It was just kind of a fuddy-duddy deal. I'm sorry.
I mean,
We've
your
all had
topic was
those.
fine.
We all had topics we felt bad about.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Yeah, I felt bad about mine because it made you feel bad. I don't want you to feel bad.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'm dwelling on. Maybe it's your fault.
Good. My shoulders are broad enough. Well, not that broad, but I'd be able to get you for a minute.
You
or
do have
two.
a big back.
That's true.
Big activity.
Thanks a lot, Brado.
You guys gonna sit together at Tecumseh on Thursday night?
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Road game. Dave won't go.
I got to go to these ones.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
no bus for middle school baseball.
Ah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, we will, hopefully.
It's probably why
I left my damn chair at English. I just realized.
That sucks.
Jenna's working, so I'll take hers. I will too. Oh,
I
big
mean,
gulp,
she'll
huh?
never know. I hope we're done by the time you get off work. Well, we won't be. You get off work 7 Eastern?
7 Central.
No, we'll still be in the thick of it. Well, you'll miss the 8th grade game, so he may be gone by then.
Yeah, I'm not sticking around. I'm not sticking around.
Oh, thanks. Now, why would I want to stick around and watch Max play?
Gosh dang it. Home games, I'm all in.
Who said Max is going to play on Thursday?
True story. You're right.
We got plenty of options. We got plenty of options. All right. It's time to pull the plug on this one.
Let's do it. Thanks for listening. That's for now.
Some final thoughts brought to you by the Rugged Foot.
Springtime season is known for the mud and the muck. You know the best local shop for boots and shoes? The Rugged Foot on 4th Street in Huntingburg. Our buddy Mike only carries the best products from boots for the mud and muck to shoes and boots for the office. Seriously, Mike is all about customer service. He will get you set up with the right boots that are comfortable and stylish. Head on up to historic 4th Street in Huntingburg and see Mike at the Rugged Foot.
All right, Brother Dave, what do you got?
Oh, dang. Nothing again. It's been like 6 weeks of me not having anything profound to speak of, so I apologize to all the wanderers out there. But, keep your chin up. We're getting past this cold snap, and hopefully we're going to have one more, but I hope it's not.
You're
Yes.
such an asshole. Stop doing it.
We'll have one more, but I hope it's not going to be as severe. But yeah, keep on wandering.
Big fella.
I just got a lot of feedback lately about the show, and I love hearing it. I heard a little bit about it today. Heard a little bit about it later in last week. Just positive thoughts and tell us to keep going. And I really sometimes struggle to keep going. Like today, not a good performance, not my best outing, but hopefully I can come back ready to rip next week. But
Come back.
thanks for listening. Appreciate all the kind words, and for all the folks out there been messaging about choice cut questions, we'll get to them. Just give us a break. They'll be there.
Somebody been
Keep your stick on the ice.
blowing us up.
Well, yeah, Chad Werman's all about it.
Oh, I haven't.
That's okay.
I haven't paid attention.
That's all
I'm
right.
glad. Hey, I'm glad you're
A lot of
public
irons.
relations.
A lot of irons in the fire.
Yeah.
What do you got, big
just
dog?
a couple. First off, we got to thank the folks that keep the lights on. Proverbially, not actually. Figuratively, not whatever that is. Velpin Trucking and Disposal, our friends at Hope Outdoor Power. By the way, I talked to Mr. Beaning over
I
there.
heard about it.
I floated the idea of doing
Heard
an
about it.
episode.
I heard about it.
Well, what's your thoughts?
We'll see.
What was the thought?
That we record an episode in the showroom,
Mm.
like we're sitting on zero turns or Cub Cadets, and
We can't drink beer in there.
why not?
Have before. I mean, coffee and donuts.
I guess we could finally do the breakfast one I was wanting to do for a while. Drink coffee and donuts.
Well, I told him it wouldn't affect business.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not like a live, like more of a backdrop sitting.
Hmm.
Just to get out of the shop, the lounge.
We'll see. Yeah.
Our friends, LC Lawn Care, Pressure Washing, Merkley and Sons, and of course the Rugged Foot. Nothing profound. The grass is green.
So are our beers.
The beers are green. Big fella looked like he just got done choking Oscar the Grouch out. Anyways, but just glad we're turning the corner. March is half over. Gets us to April. Gets us to May, summertime. All the good stuff we can do in warm activities.
I'm ready.
I know you are, big fella. Then won't be long. It'll be another trapping season.
That's right.
Yeah.
Dutchman out.